Welcome back. It's still Analyst Angle here at iBrandTV. And on this segment, we want to talk about the Q1 results of some oil and gas companies that actually came during the week. We had Total Energy. Before we go on, I still have my people in the house. I still have Ambrose. I still have Chooks. Hello, guys.
Yeah.
You should be smiling because you made money in Forex. Good.
Oh my God.
I won't let you rest.
Yeah.
And I still have Mr. Jimo. Hello, Mr. Jimo. Are you still there?
I'm very much around.
Yeah.
Fine.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, good. All right. I don't think Alaji is here yet. Okay.
I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, Alaji.
Good,
Thank
good,
God.
good.
Oh, okay, good. So we want to review some Q1 results that came in during the week. We had Total Energies, the Q1 results 2022. The revenue actually went up by 46.35%. And that's fantastic. And profit after tax also went up by 47%. Can we start off with this? And Alaji, do you want to start off with this for us? Why the performance is so excellent? Almost 50% profit after tax growth and revenue growth for Total Energy.
Price, because if you look.
Alaji, okay. Alaji, I can't hear you. Aaron, are you there? Okay, I think my people on Zoom, they've zoomed off.
Yeah.
So, do you want to talk to us about Total Energy?
Looking at the numbers that I monitored from the oil and gas sector, we saw an improvement in Q1 2022. And don't forget that during the COVID-19, the oil and gas, they are the first sector that suffered, but also they are the sector that also brought, that brought the economy out from recession, because we saw their support on the market globally and locally here. As oil is recovering, market and around the world was also going up. Now I was seeing a bit stability in their price because of what is happening in Ukraine and Russia. The demand for gas, for oil and energy is high because of shortage in terms of supply. That's also going to play out. The those who are doing local marketing and those that are into offshore and downshore are going to benefit from this. An example of it is what we are just seeing in their Q1 number. You can see the life of Total, and also Total also kind of expand the operation to also into solar energy again. That will also support their number. But the number I'm seeing now is a reflection of what we saw in 2021 in Total's number. And now the Q1 is a clue where they are going for 2022 financial year. This number for me is a good one. You support a good dividend payout and also the price going to the future. But what's important that as investor or trader, you don't need to see the figure before you jump into the position. All you do, look at the sector where you are seeing a positive fundamental news that will impact all the company in that sector and position ahead of those news manifesting.
Okay. Total, this is their upstream.
Well,
I mean, their downstream.
wanted to share my line cut up.
Yes, sir.
All right, Alaji, welcome
If
back.
you allowed me,
Go ahead,
I'll say
sir.
one or two things as regard to Total.
Yeah,
Okay, let's go on.
Go ahead,
If
sir.
you remember, Total, they are selling all the product apart from PMS. That is the petroleum,
Yes.
the diesel, the engine oil, the gas, the lubricant. They are all free for their own prices. And therefore, they have all reason to benefit from the inflation and the rising of the cost, because most of their raw material, they have acquired them at lower cost, and now they sell them at replacement cost. So that would bring high turnover, high profit. And this is across the whole entire petroleum sectors.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much,
sir.
Alaji.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so Total Energy, fantastic result. Q1, let's hope that Q2, Q3, and Q4 will follow suit.
Yeah, I agree with
All
you.
right, another result that actually that felt out of place was actually corn oil. Corn oil's revenue actually came down by 21%, quarter on quarter. 2021, it was 33.09 billion, and 2022, it came out at 26.14 billion. And given the fact that it's on the same kind of sector with the likes of Total, you wonder why this. Although their profit after tax actually went up, and their profit margin was also better than last quarter's one. But let's go to the revenue. Do you want to say something about Forex?
Not really.
All right, good. Okay.
Okay, let me tell you why the corn oil, the price go down.
Okay.
You know, they are involved into the crude oil. and most of their crude oil were tempered by this stealing. And therefore, most of them, they find that about 70 to 80% of their crude oil is not reaching their destination. And therefore, this what affect them. It affects most of those who are, that is why you see the major oil company go into high sea, offshore. And if you are in offshore, you get it better. But if you are in the low shore, you will find that because of tampering by this local or the indigenous, and therefore affect their turnover and affect the revenue they are generating, which invariably affect their profitability.
Interesting. Thank you.
Also, those to add to what I just said, as analyst or investor or trader, what we are doing, when you see a company top line declining and your bottom line, which is your PAT, is up, you have to also be very careful. But I like that giving some reason for corn oil. But when you see your top line down, it means that you are not itching or are not expanding to a new market. That means you are not entering other people, you are not even taking other people's market. But when you see a company that its top line is up, that means it's eating into that, or it's bringing another new product, it's expanding. That is why, first of all, look at company, what is happening at the top line, look at the bottom line, and go back and look at the company operating cash flow to see if the cash flow of the company will support the end at the end of the day. I think Elijah have given reason why let's corn oil for Q1 and wait for the Q2 to see, because if it continue in this way that the top line is declining, we're also seeing that means something is being
maybe extraordinary income or something that they are not telling us.
Let's wait and see the Q2 number.
Okay.
Yeah, because I believe that the security men have kind of beef up. They are sovereign to make sure that all this debt on the pipeline is reduced, bringing new technology. Let's see in Q2 if they also going to impact their activities in that sector with new technology and new security before in that industry too.
Okay, that's fine. Aaron, are you there?
Yes.
Fantastic. So let's look at Etana. Is it Etana Oil now? Rain Oil. They refuse to change their. Are they planning on changing their names? We don't know.
They're not in. They still remain Etana.
Okay, but something changed. They had a fantastic result. If you compare the 2021, 2022 quarter-on-quarter, they actually grew their revenue by 46.34% and grew profit after tax by 344.84%. That's you said wow. I said wow.
Good one.
So Aaron, do you want to speak to this result?
Yes, you should.
You see, I used to have a maxim that said figures don't have emotion.
I need to see, I need to see your face.
Yes.
Aaron, I need to see your face.
I have a maxim that said figures don't have emotion.
Yes.
Sure.
If you can be angry and do misbehave, but figures cannot get angry and misbehave.
That's true.
They say what they are saying.
Exactly.
And one of the things I take into cognizance when I'm looking at the performance of a management is one, the ability to grow your market share. It means that you keep on doing what you are doing and you are doing more. Another one that I also take is the middle line. How do you manage your cost? Because as you are foreign into other ground, you are trying to expand your market share, there will be associated costs. How do you manage those associated costs? Then when it now comes to any per share, that means that how much have you been able to contribute? I believe in totality, this actually is what determines the managerial efficiency of any board and management of an organization. For what I saw with Etana Oil, the price just moved to 7 naira 10 kobo today. If not, the P ratio and the NEC would have been fantastic. But if you look at the NEC of 9.43%, that is just for quarter one. If you analyze it, that would be 9 times 4. And believe you me, the price will also not double times 4, which means that as they begin to release their results into the market from one quarter to the other, their NEC will be getting better. Maybe even if their result is growing with it, it might not be as commensurate as the growth in NEC. I think it was okay, but just fantastic. It just shows the kind of result that we saw for quarter one and what we'll be expecting also for quarter two.
Okay. Thank you very much. Alaji, are you still there?
Yes, I want to add one word for Etana Oil.
Yes, sir.
Please, ask anybody, go across Lagos. How many ethanol oil filling stations do you know before the merger? You have less ethanol oil filling station. Now go across even Lagos. you see many filling stations are now having a tag of ethanol oil. Not only in Lagos, across the nation.
Yeah.
So I think this acquisition is what changed the entire concept of ethanol oil. You hardly see their filling station now, even along Ocean, you see, along a filling station bearing ethanol oil. So that matter really what changed it. And we hope more in the very near future.
Thank you very much, Alaji. Chooks, are you sure you don't want to say anything about
Not
it? We could
really.
buy stocks
As
for
in-
you.
No, come on, not really.
Oh, you don't like oil and gas stock?
No. I actually do trade crude oil,
Yeah.
on the derivative market, yes. So what I can just add to that is, I mean, come on, we've been seeing rising prices in crude oil. I mean, as at 2020, crude oil hit an all-time low, maybe I think about $20 or thereabout per barrel, $23 per barrel. And then right now, as I speak to you, crude oil is way over $100, dollar per barrel, 110. I mean, even sometime, I think either this month or late last month, we saw a high of about $123 per barrel. So I mean, come on, these are all indications telling you that hey, there's something happening there. So I mean, come on, if that is happening, then you should. I mean, it's just a spillover into the stock prices of most companies who are into who are into crude oil. Expect their share price, their earnings to just skyrocket, and that's what we are seeing, not just in Nigeria, globally as well. So name them, just like you mentioned, over 300%. I was looking at the charts today, and I saw, I think I think Konoko oil or something, and I was saying over 300 to 400%, just in a year. So that's what we are saying. So I mean,
do you think some of these companies, I'm not sure of how much of them actually earn revenue in foreign currency?
Yes.
But I'm sure Seplat does a lot of.
Seplat and one will do that.
Yeah. So maybe the fact that Naira is weakened now is also accounting for the huge money that they're recording when it turns to Naira.
You can't rule that out, actually. You can't rule
But
that out.
actually, most of them also report in dollars.
No, but what I'm looking at here is Naira. Is Naira.
they report, Seplat report in dollar, and they give you all the two results, so you can see the way you want to use those, because it's a dualistic company. Those in London have to see in dollar, Nigeria has to see in Naira. But good thing is that what is happening globally, on your set, as you just said, is what I believe that, between now and in 2 years' time, what we're seeing will sustain. Why?
Yes, I do agree
because even when there is a conciliation between Russia and Ukraine, before the supply chain will settle, it will take time. And also, like I'll tell you that also, this part of the world, if we're thinking what is happening in Ukraine and Russia, is also kind of trigger most of our businessmen, the top one that has money, because if tomorrow they close, they want to rebuild Ukraine,
yes,
and it's not going to be Ukraine money. That means other countries that a big business for them, big company like if Las Vegas is in that should be a place they should also be looking at the war.
Yes.
Other things. But I believe that this cycle has come to stay, and even when people are thinking of recession, even the recession 2023, by their forecast, those mature economy, because they live on oil, the price will remain high, because you want to hit yourself up there. So I believe that it has come to stay until we also come back to normal supply. Now, since there's distort in supply, the price, that means if you are thinking where you can hedge against inflation, I think that is the area you should be.
I'll come back to my boys in the studio. All right. Aaron, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, can you speak to Seplat's results, the Q1 results, grew by 73%?
Can you excuse me? I don't have it before me.
Oh, no problem.
Sorry.
Apologies about the problem. Alaji, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, we're looking at Seplat's result.
I'm not surprised for Seplat.
Okay.
Because Seplat, they are into purely crude oil and gas.
Yes.
So where they are is where the money is.
Exactly. I like that language
They
a
are
lot.
not into white product. So they are where the money is, and therefore I'm not surprised for their returns, because they are entirely into the crude oil and gas. And these two products are rising, and they are in serious demand.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
And therefore, that even when you sell the crude oil, you pay the dollar in the official rate, but their own portion, they have the right to do what they want to do with it.
That's true.
And in most cases, where the rate they will get.
All right, but if you're looking at it, Alaji, excuse me, sorry for cutting in. if you look at the revenue, they actually grew their revenue by 73.69%, but the profit after tax came down by 12.27%. And if you look at their profit margin, it's actually less as compared to last quarter. So I'm wondering, upline grew, but profit after tax went down. Are they doing any form of investment or something?
What they did not tell you that there is a lot of their crude oil being still, and still has cost to it, and therefore that affect their all what we are saying.
Okay.
So the security have to address those issues. As long as there was a time one of their ED said that yes, they are not getting up to 70% of their crude oil.
Okay.
They just break the pipeline and take it away.
Wow.
And that's what affects them.
That is not interesting.
Just to add to what Allah just said as concerned, step-flats. He said they are in the sector, they are in the
Where
corner
the money
where
is.
the money is. That is that fact. That means if you're a trader in this market, a local market, you should have step-flat as a defensive stock in your portfolio, a growth stock, and also a value stock, because it takes all the three type of stock, the defensive, growth, and value. It have all the characteristics. For me, what happened in that result is that if you look at the top line, very attractive, but if you look in between the top line and the bottom line, which is the earnings, a lot of things happen there. Their past liability moved from just about 2.5 billion to 24 billion in just within 1 year. Whether they are not paying before, when I saw that, I said, oh, that's
what's the rationale?
Yeah. So that's what ate into their Q1 is done. And also, what you look at as analyst or investor, seeing this, you go back to see the company, operating cash flow is very, very important. That will tell you whether there is sustainability in their result or not. If their cash flow is also growing, that means what we saw in the first quarter is just like a child play, because if you go down and look at their operating cash flow, it moved from 1.7 billion to 72 billion. Tell that this company has fun to play, and that's why you say they are in money. And I agree with you, because their cash flow is too robust to support their earnings. And if earnings is looking up and your cash flow is looking up, it tells you that the company has stability and is going somewhere. For me, that will guide you when you are giving an analysis of this company. But after seeing the number, go back to see if they had the cash flow too. That is why today people now trying to kill themselves for Airtel and MTN, because we are seeing that activity that will impact their cash flow is increasing on a daily basis. Because MTN by August they start their operation of their G5. Yeah, now they have started already their banking aspect of it, the payment system, both Airtel. These are things that will impact it. That is why also if you're an investor, look at this company. Their social service they're rendering, but their service is essential.
Thank you, Ambrose. We have a few minutes to go, and we need to talk about Prisco. What will they be like when Prisco brings out results, or Como brings out, and you don't talk about it? So Prisco's result, they went from 23.89 billion to 47.11 billion. Increase of 97% Q1 to Q1, comparing 2001 to 2022. I like the way you're shaking your head. Are you sure you don't want to go to the market?
That should be full year, not Q1.
Full year. Full year 2021, 2020 to 2021. Yeah. And then, of course, their profit after tax increased by 276.8%. Now, we have just a few minutes to go. What do you think is accounting for this? Of course, aside from what is happening, is there anything peculiar that has that impact this result?
Like I always say, the easiest way is also to know where to put your money. Look at the sectors that are driving the GDP, your economy. Is this sector that are driving the economy? If they are the sector that means you are about to see the kind of result we are seeing here now in that company. Because if your GDP is growing and agriculture sector, telecom, manufacturing, banking, then you should know where to be. The result, I'm not surprised, because these are the engine room of the economy. If I say so, yeah, because they are the ones supporting the growth we are recording, and we don't want to feed ourselves. Our population alone is enough. Even though Kumu is not exporting oil, Pesco is not exporting oil, their market is here in Nigeria, because they use their oil for industrial use, for consumption. For that, for me, it's a good.
So it's still remaining good stock. Oh, okay. Alaji, you still there? Hello, Alaji.
Okay.
Hello, Alaji.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
fine.
Yes.
Can you just speak briefly to Prisco's results? The full year result.
You see, Prisco result. We have just come in 2 years' time.
Okay.
Because this company have acquired worth 23 billion, meaning doubling their productivity.
Yes.
And today, if you look at most of the manufacturing company, pharmaceutical, they are demanding their products because you don't have the dollar to buy it in foreign. So you better use your naira and buy it locally. And by this, the demand is in excess.
Yes.
And therefore, Fresco just beginning. I believe you in the next 2 years cannot be compared with Okomo or any other agricultural company. Just like what happened to Baitopom when they acquired Bono. Today, Baitopom moved from 4 naira to 23 naira.
Wow.
I see Fresco doubling this price in the next 2 years.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Alaji.
Thank you.
Mr. Aaron, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
All right. What do you have to say regarding Prisco, just on a final note? Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
You are frozen.
Ah.
The network is frozen.
Okay, but I can hear you now.
It's clear now. Go ahead.
I can hear you now. Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay, all right.
I can hear you now.
Okay, I said, can you speak to Prisco just for a minute?
You see, well, one of the things I've actually looked at, I think I have been looking at Presco and Okomo for a very long time, especially when, because they are the same sector, when Okomo wanted to be like Presco and they increased they give a bonus of 1-for-1. What I see there is that, especially for this year and the result we have seen so far about Presco, that growth trajectory, and one of the things again that is working for them because of the sector where they belong. I do understand that they can never meet, as far as now is concerned, they cannot meet
demand.
They can't meet demand. Even if for the domestic use, like the normal oil, not to talk of the industrial use. And if you look at the growth from 3 naira 84 kobo any per share to 5 naira 89.
I can't view your face. You don't want me to see your lovely attire again.
Okay, you see me now. From 3 naira 85 kobo to 5 naira 384 to 5 naira 89 kobo. Yes, the market is actually looking at it. Maybe the market seems a little bit disappointed, but they should know that Presco is a great company. They will need to claw back a lot of funds for further development. They just acquire SIAC, that cost them money. And the market was thinking that when they make any per share of 20 naira, you'll be able to give 10 naira. But it does not go like that.
Yes.
At least they have to close. I think that is why it has been on upward. But I believe by this quarter one that has just been released, I think maybe from Monday or Tuesday, the market will be looking at Presco. I've not seen it stagnating at 200 naira.
Okay.
I see this stock continue to grow.
All right, thank you very, very much. Chooks, any parting words regarding Forex? Can you just console us like Forex won't go up next week?
I wish I could actually say that. Probably if I was in the position of the central bank governor, maybe I would have given you that assurance. But unfortunately, I'm just an ordinary citizen like you. Okay. So basically, all I can say is, just as Mr. Ambrose and other analysts have been saying, you just need to hedge against inflation. Just look for an investment that you know can actually help you hedge against inflation. Like I keep saying, if you keep earning in naira, and with this rising exchange rate,
the Lord is your strength.
Yeah, that's right. That's my part.
Good one.
Is your strength.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Alaji. Thank you very much, Mr. Aruna.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes. Thank you very much, Bruce.
Yeah,
and
thanks.
of course, Chooks.
Thank you
very much.
So, yes.
All right, this brings us to the end of today's show. Analyst and Gout. The show will come back same time next week. Same station, of course, iBrandTV. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.